Today we are rating Draft Chaff on a tier list. Garbage, the worst of the worst. Stuff that you would not even put in your own collection binder or even in your own garbage box. You leave it at the local game store. We're going to start off with Steve Cooper's Vial of Poison. It's a 1-mana artifact, and for 1 generic, sacrifice Vial of Poison. Target creature gains Death Touch until end of turn. I am actually pretty optimistic about this card. This is actually probably going to be one of the, I don't know if it's going to be the best, but one of the better Draft Chaff cards of today's show. So the tier list works like this. I mean, the best thing you have is D tier. And if you've been on prior tier lists, I mean, D is not very good. D is bad. D is terrible. Usually D is like you're working against yourself. But it's going to be the highest tier on today's tier list. And then we go E, F, G, and H. I'm going to say Vial of Poison is not that bad. I'm going to put in the E tier, and I'll tell you why. Because I actually think it has a lot of utility, especially in Commander. If someone swarms an opponent with a bunch of creatures, you know, it's going to be really hard for them to block with their best creature, because every single chump block is not going to be a chump block. It could actually end up killing their best stuff. So you're always like everybody's best creatures are always under the gun, because it doesn't say sacrifice a target creature you control gains Death Touch until end of turn. It's any creature can gain Death Touch. So I think that's a pretty interesting card. Very, very interesting card. Are there any limitations on how old the card? No, it can be super old. My only limitation is no vanilla cards. All right, cannot be vanilla. Vanilla is boring. It's a huge snooze fest. No one cares about vanilla cards, and it all end up in the same tier. So, very uninteresting. We got Meme Bruley with, what is this? Mabel's Metal. Not sure if this fits. Probably. I mean, I've never heard of the card. Mabel's Metal? There we go. 2-mana instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Now up to one other target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It's a combat trick, but you need to have a lot of creatures on the battlefield to make it work. Now there is one good side. You don't actually necessarily have to have another creature in play. It's up to one other target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So it's not completely hamstrung by having 2 creatures in play, because if it definitely said you have to target 2 creatures, well, the card would be sort of poopy. It'd be just a lot harder to get online. So with that in mind, I guess we're going to put this one in F tier. I don't think it's nearly as powerful as taking creatures down with Death Touch. It's just some funny utility card. Bryce with Sawtooth Loon. Let's look at that Sawtooth Loon. Sawtooth Loon is a 4-mana 2/2 bird. It's a flyer. When it enters the battlefield, to return a white or blue creature you control to its owner's hand. I hate those cards. They're so bad. Every single card that makes you return your own stuff back to your hand, usually it's bad. Lately, it's actually pretty good in Standard. But that's a very rare, very, very rare. Okay, when Sawtooth Loon enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your library. Interesting. So it's quite expensive. You have to bounce a creature, but then you sort of loot some stuff. Not exactly loot. You don't discard cards, but it's some card filtering. You can even get rid of the creature that you just put back into your hand. I don't know how to evaluate this, but I don't like, for the most part, I really don't like tempo negative cards. Whoops. What happened? Did I not copy this thing? Let's copy this card. For the most part, I'm not a fan of tempo negative cards. I'm actually going to put this in the G tier. You have to, right? Enters the battlefield, return a white or blue creature. So I guess you can return itself. Wait a minute. You could return itself. Yeah, you can return the loon back. So if you have, maybe there's a combo here where if you can play creatures for free until end of turn. I mean, this is not exactly an allurance, like a enabler, because it costs 4 mana. But what if there's something similar to Allurance that lets you play this thing, so that you basically can dig to exactly what you want into your deck? Okay, well, I'll put on the E. I was about to put in the G tier. It's got some combo potential, so we'll put it in the E tier instead. Put in the E tier instead. Why not? It's all possible. The point of the gating cards was to have the option of repeatedly using them as well as having a drawback. Oh, that was the idea, huh? But it's such a it's so tempo backbreaking. I mean, sure, if your opponent has nothing to do and you're in the late game, sure, play your Sawtooth Loom. But what if you're under the gun and they're like coming at you with a bunch of power? Then this card is useless. You're just asking for your head to be kicked in. Mercenary Eron the Relentless. Eron the Relentless is a 5-mana 5/2 human rogue haste, and for triple red, regenerate Eron the Relentless. Actually, a card, big mana, but also big power, attack immediately, and also is relentless. I'm just thinking of back to the pictures here, so we can stick more things. I think this is D tier quality. It almost might even be C tier quality. C tier. I mean, there's nothing really to hate. It almost is like a regular creature. It's just a regular creature beating someone down. I mean, this is like a budget red deck at home. Like, I don't know if you can't. I don't know why you can't afford Ball Lightning, because I think Ball Lightning costs probably just as much as Eron the Relentless at this point. This card actually saw play back then in the sideboard. What deck? And weirdly, it has you can regenerate it for triple red. Like, that's not a red thing to do. So I mean, it's got a lot of good things going for it for a draft card. Gillum with the Spirit Weaver. We got a Spirit Weaver for 2 mana. It's a 2/1. It's a human wizard. And for 2, target green or blue creature gets +0/+1 until end of turn. This is terrible. I mean, even if you were to put this in a Doran deck, I don't even think Doran wants to see this. It's like, this is not quite fire. It's not even forest breathing in a Doran deck. It's so expensive to just increase the toughness. I mean, look at this guy. What does this guy even know about toughness? Doesn't have any toughness on itself. So Spirit Weaver, I think, is a huge dud. Very hard to use. Borderline just a 2-mana 2/1 for the most part. 2-mana 2/1s actually should be in the H tier. You're never using that ability. Can't even pump it. Wow, is that actually true? Target green. You're right. Not even a green or blue creature. You basically need to get Painter Servant online in order to Spirit Weaver itself. Okay, next up, we got a super chat from Little MX Doom. Thank you very much for your super chat. Mysteries of the Deep. I feel like this is a gold black card. No, okay, I'm wrong. Thinking of something else of the Deep. Mysteries of the Deep is a 5-mana instant. Draw 2 cards. Landfall. If you had a land enter the battlefield under your control this turn, draw 3 cards instead. That's money. Actually, that's great. Crack this with a fetch land. End of turn, draw 3 cards. They certainly better draw 3 cards out there. But this is a pretty real card. I think you have nothing else to do at the end of your turn. You can easily play this for 3. All right, D tier. Very realistically can cast this card. You could easily put this in your commander deck. There's nothing wrong with this card whatsoever. A bit unrelated, but is YouTube having issue on browser? I have no idea. No clue. Could be the case. I love crappy cards, so this is the perfect stream for me. There's a lot of people love the crappy cards. In fact, I think Nikachu MTG Live has been founded on mostly crappy cards. The worst cards this, the worst cards that. The only problem is I think we've almost exhausted every single card that exists in Magic the Gathering. So if you're a longtime viewer, you've seen everything. Okay, we got Kano with a Mycologist. Mycologist is a 2-mana 0/2 human druid. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a spore counter on Mycologist. Am I mispronouncing that thing? I have a feeling I'm botching this name up. Remove 3 spore counters from Mycologist. Create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Oh, it's one of those cards. One of these old, I can't remember. There's a few cards out there. It's like, hey, your upkeep. make a Saproling, and then when you have enough Saprolings, you then have the option to sacrifice the Saproling and gain 2 life. In this case, we can sacrifice the Saprolings instantly for 2 life. This is too long for this Saproling. I mean, this is terrible. This thing doesn't. This is actually worse than that stupid 2-mana 2/1 that we doomed to the H tier. So if any, okay, this has to be. Is this upgradable? At least this is a 2-mana 2/1. This card feels downright useless. I'm putting this in the H tier. Like, this card just does nothing. It's a 2-mana 0/2. And after 3 turns, if it's still around, okay, big whoop, you have a 1/1. In fact, I actually almost can guarantee you're going to have a 1/1 after 3 turns if the game went that long. Because no one's going to want to waste any removal on this damn thing. Yeah, 2-mana 0/2. Definitely not working for anyone. Definitely not working for you. We got Bab with Rent Spirit, Peak Draft Design. The Spirit of Rent. Was it Rent? Oh, sorry, Rend Spirit. The Spirit of Rend. It's a 3-mana instant. Destroy target spirit. Okay, well, it's super narrow, but it does the job. It's going to do what it's meant to do, right? Okay, I'm just going to say this is outrageously narrow. G tier. No, I can't do that. Okay, I'll put it in the F tier. I mean, it kills things. It kills a very specific type of thing. I have a very specific type of skill. I can kill dead people. I see dead people and kill dead people. It works in draft, but not everywhere else. I mean, depending on the meta. If your meta is changelings, it'll work there. Little MX Doom with another super chat. Rest for the weary. Doesn't that like bring creatures back from the dead or something? Oh no, this is the life gain card. It's a 2-mana instant. Target player gains 4 life, but you have a landfall. If you had a land enter the battlefield under your control this turn, you gain 8 life instead. If I do remember, this saw a little bit of play somewhere. I think maybe in standard at the time, because it was World Wake and there was a mono red deck. I don't know if they really played this card though. There was a mono red deck, and this shafted that deck. That's for sure. Anyway, Rest for the Weary can rest in... I mean, I don't even know if this is worth holding on to in the draft, Chaff. Should probably just go straight to the garbage. H tier. I mean, okay, maybe the G is garbage. Okay, G is garbage tier. Throw it into the garbage. Not worth holding on to. H is for hell. It can go to hell. Okay, G for garbage. We got the garbage bag tier. Not even worth keeping around. Not even worth trying to sell as bulk to the local game store. Doesn't seem terrible. 8 life is a chunk. It is a good chunk of life. Every little point counts. Okay, we got Christopher B with Viashino Skeleton. Gotta get some meat on those bones. It's a 4-mana 2/1 Viashino Skeleton. It's okay. Its name is its creature type. For 2 mana, discard a card. Regenerate Viashino Skeleton. Oh, sorry. They actually errated this card to a lizard skeleton, as you see here. Lizard, not Viashino anymore. It's a lizard, like alligators are lizards. So we discard a card to regenerate it. So it's enabler for reanimate decks, enabler for madness. Potentially enabler for Threshold, Delirium, but not particularly useful. I think it's a little too expensive for the for what it regenerates. We're regenerating a 4-mana 2/1. It can die. I like Steve Cooper's interpretation a lot. Doable tier, A tier, filler tier, we've got the doable tier. There we go. The A tier, filler. I don't even know if I can call it that. The garbage tier and the hell tier. That's right. And this card, it can go straight to the garbage. It's not hurting us, but it's certainly not helping us putting it in our deck, that's for sure. But I'll tell you what I can help you all with, and that is today's sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com. Deal of the week, 15% off all your Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed product, because we all know, as Magic players, we play a lot of different card games. They support Flesh and Blood and Pokemon, but most importantly, Magic the Gathering. You can get your Secrets of Strixhaven cards today. They've been out. They're hot. Be prepared to get those Strixhaven cards with coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. And it, of course, supports the channel. Thank you very much for using coupon code Nikachu at FusionGamingOnline.com. Okay, next up. We need cards. Nikachu is addicted to coffee, and we should all super chat him to stop and afford real drugs. No, I like drugs that don't have me that dependent. Thank you very much. Seven Cats is like, stream before I start work. Good God, you're okay. I don't know what part of the globe you're on, but your work either very early or very, very late. Okay, we got Lesthian with Kratic. Is that a card? No, it is not. All right, moving on. We got Elf Fufu Go Nuts with Quick Change. Is it a blinking card? We have a 2-mana instant. Target creature's color becomes the color or colors of your choice until end of turn, and you draw a card. That's interesting. I'll tell you what makes this card good. It's a cantrip. It has some really niche. What is going on here? I think the spirit is getting intimate with this person, if you ask me. I'm not trying to think dirty thoughts, but this, or is it her spirit? Could be hers, could be not. Okay, it's not garbage, but it's filler. I mean, that's a filler card. If you had to choose from a bunch of random draft chaff to put in your deck that's not going to hurt you, but may not necessarily help you a whole lot, I mean, that's it. Quick Change for 2 mana. You actually just, I mean, it's Cycle. It might have just changed its name to Cycle, and it would have made itself. Yeah, replaces itself at the very least. That's the whole point of this thing. But it has some niche, useful utility. If a creature has protection from you, well, not anymore. So, I mean, let's say you attack with your mono black creature, something had protection from black. Well, we're going to Quick Change and change it to red instead. Quick Change is actually a combo piece in the right deck. I have no idea. That seems like a stretch to me, but I'm going to have to trust you. You know what? Until the board gets clogged up, we can increase my pick. I can be nice and big here. Why not be big for everybody? Okay, Charging Badger with the Spawn of Rick's Maid. Oh, hold on. It's Rick's Maddie. The Spawn of Rick's Maddie is a 5-mana 5/3. It's got Unleash. You may have this creature enter the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. It can't block as long as it has a +1/+1 counter on it. So, it's doable. It's doable. What I can say, it's a random creature. It's a random creature with power and toughness. And it doesn't trip over itself. D tier. D for doable. Next up. Yes, it's huge. Mappias with Mesa Falcon. Isn't that just a 1/1 bird? Mesa Falcon, 2 mana 1/1. Oh, but guess what? There's more. It does have flying, and for 2 mana, Mesa Falcon gets +0/+1 until end of turn. I mean, it's useless. This is a garbage card. This card can go to the garbage. We should know better than to play this card. I'm not playing a damn 2 mana 1/1. I got 2 mana 1/1 is like, that's even below the power level of Stormcrow. So we don't need cards that are worse than Stormcrow in our deck. Oh, it's a Homelands card. H is Homeland. H is Homelands tier, actually. Could be renamed like that. Bolt with Camel. That's the full name. It's Camel. I know Camel. Okay, we have a white 0/1. It's a camel with banding. And as long as this creature is attacking, prevent all damage, deserts would deal to this creature and to creatures banded with this creature. Now, I don't know about the desert ability, but the banding part is okay. It's really not that bad. I really don't want to say it's doable though. That's a bit of a stretch, but I'll say, it's okay. If you got a bunch of other creatures on the battlefield, you want to gang up on the opponent, you know, I think you can make it work. We have another super chat from Lil MX Doom. The super chats go burr. We got Groff Skither. What the hell is this? Didn't even spell it right. Groff Skiffer is a 6-mana 3/3. Whenever Groff Skither becomes blocked, you may return target card named Groff Skither from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so first off, in Commander, it's worthless, right? It's just completely worthless. You can't have a second card of this choice. Second, it's 6 mana for a 3/3. Also, its ability really depends on your opponent blocking it, which I'm sure they're never going to do if you have another Groff Skither in your graveyard. This card's terrible. I think it can go to hell, actually. I think it's that bad. It's so situational. It's literally a 6... I think it's overall a 6-mana 3/3. Terrible card. Can you blame me for spelling this wrong? I didn't even know if you spelled it wrong. I spelled it wrong. Don't blame yourself if I didn't blame you. I'm always assuming I'm the one making the mistakes. Leon with the Lens of Clarity. Tell us the future, Lens of Clarity. We can make a lot of money. It's a 1-mana artifact. You may look at the top card of your library and look at face-down creatures you don't control. I actually think this card is good. I think this card is very good. It's a very cheap, how do I put it? I want to say it's like a cheap future sight. Now, you can't cast the cards off the top of your deck, but knowing what's on top is very powerful. It lets you preserve your cantrips. It may help you accelerate your cantrips to play the top card of your deck. You can also play fetch lands to fetch away the top card of your deck, or just use some other shuffle effects. I'm actually high on this card. I think this card is very underrated in a world of... and also, you might want to know what face-down cards your opponents have. I think it's very underrated in a world of garbage cards. I like this card, D tier. I think it's more than doable. Boosts affinity. That's right, you get affinity playable. Although I don't know how many, I don't know how many shuffle effects that they have in Affinity outside of like Urza Saga, which they can't even make good use of the shuffle effect. It's a look at it card, actually. Yeah, it is. It's also a look at it card. Okay, Hexanort with Archaic's Agony. Archaic's Agony is a 5-mana sorcery with Converge. It deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast this spell. Exile cards on the top of your library equal to the excess damage dealt to that creature this way. You may play those cards until your next turn. I think this is a banger. This is probably some sort of removal plus card draw. I mean, it's clunky as hell. I think it's doable. I mean, it's better than crap. All these other cards are just stone cold crap. Like, if you have, if you play this for 5, if you play for 5 mana on, say, a 3/3, so you kill the 3/3, and then you get 2 free cards by next turn. I like it. I like it a lot. Lastly, with Krark Clan Engineers. The Krark Clan Engineers. It's a 4-mana 2/2, and for a red, sack 2 artifact to destroy target artifact. Oh, that's a tough sell. That's a lot of artifacts, unless you got them for free, like they're treasure tokens or clue tokens. But maybe that's the point. So maybe this is in a deck where you have an abundance of extra random artifacts, which then enables this as a card that destroys all your opponent's important artifacts. Okay, you know what? I could see that, totally see that happening. I see you need 5 colors and need opponent to have the right creature to get the value. It's kind of hard. Oh, hold on. For that last card, I don't think that's hard. I mean, if your opponent has like a good... like 2/2 or 3/2 creature, which I think there are a lot of. I mean, the only disadvantage is you're sinking a lot of mana into this. But then again, you are, for every excess mana that you spend on this, it's like paying 1 to draw a card, which is not too bad. So if you spend 5 mana to kill a 2 toughness creature, then you're drawing 3 cards off of that extra 3 mana. So, and if you're playing this in a converged deck, you're definitely gonna have all 5 colors. So I don't think it's that outrageous. Wait, are you in a play group that doesn't have 1/1s or 2/1s or 3/2s or 4/2s or 2/2s? Like, what kind of play group are you in? Is it just all gigantic dinosaurs? Come on, we don't live in that world. Okay, getting back to Clan Engineers. I think in the right deck, actually, where you make a lot of artifacts, this actually can be useful. You're not sacrificing two good artifacts. You're just sacrificing 2 generic artifacts. So I can get a better picture of this guy. Of his smug, ugly mug. Yeah, I think this is D tier. I'll also go as far as to say this is a pretty good, interesting card. We have got Mike says Clan Engineers looks good alongside Academy Manufacturer or Nuka-Cola vending machine. Something like that. Something like that. Dressaro with the Sun Shower Druid. Do they literally shower in the sun? That sounds disgusting. You stink, Sun Shower. Can't you shower with some real water around here? So, okay, we have a green 0/2 Frog Druid. When Sun Shower Druid enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and you gain 1 life. Yeah, this is an... I think this is actually worse than an card. Like, I'm just not impressed with it, even for 1 mana. It's 1 mana, right? What do we call... What filler? This is a filler card. Like a curve filler. You got nothing to play on it for 1 mana. You go play a... Here's the thing. Oh, you can put it on itself. When it enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So it's basically a 1 mana 1/3 that gains a life. Filler. That's a filler card if we've ever seen one. When was the first time we got Treasure Token? Ooh, I don't know, actually. Good question. Some of the historians out there will probably answer that. The Prince of Winners with Ether Rift. Ether Rift is a 3-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, discard a card at random from your hand. If you discard a creature card this way, put that card into play unless any player pays 5 life. This sounds like a lot of work and like doesn't even go anywhere. I would say this, I wouldn't call it filler. Oh man, where do I put this? So you have 3 mana, we discard a card at random from our hand. Oh, but you could just discard like good stuff that's not a creature. You could discard your lands. So you spend 3 mana, you're not even guaranteed to enable it. And even if you do put a creature in play, the opponent has the option to pay 5 life to prevent the damn thing. No, this can't be good. It's gotta be garbage. No, we're going to hell. This thing is like worse. Like it can work against you. Sunshower Druid was playable in Meta Frog deck in Alchemy like a year and a half ago. Really? The Meta... What you know, Felicia, you sound like you're talking from the future. And imagine telling somebody 5 years ago, before Alchemy even came into existence, you know, in the Alchemy metagame, there's the Meta Frog deck played this 1 mana 1/3 that gained a life. And so on. Pacers fan forever with Rackalites. Get to Rackalites. Rackalite is 6 mana artifact, pay 2. Prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to target creature or player this turn. Return Rackalite to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. So even if we have infinite mana, we can't even make use of this. If we have infinite mana, this card even still goes boing back to our hand. I don't like it. I think it's garbage. This is a garbage tier card. It does something. Temporarily. You need a lot of mana to overcome the downside of this card. Oh, come on. Antiquities wasn't even made with draft in mind. But still, hey, but you still can draft it if you really wanted to. I hear like stories of pro players who tried to draft old sets and are like, wow, it really doesn't work. Really doesn't work. I don't know, they might not have enough creatures to make it even a thing. Alchemy Frog deck focused on bouncing your creatures with a frog that perpetually buff creatures when something enters. What, were there some like broken frogs in that thing? Like some of those digitally created frogs that didn't make it to actual paper Magic? Pretty sure alchemy did exist 5 years ago. You know what, Christopher B? Time flies so fast. I think you're right. I think MTG Arena existed even back in 2019, maybe 2018. Can't believe how long MTG and Arena has been around. It still feels like the new client to me, but you know, I'm just totally dead wrong. But I'll tell you what I'm not dead wrong about, and that is Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. This is a place where cards, if you play online, like unlike Arena where you're locked into cards, on Magic Online, you can rent the cards and send them back to play as many decks as you want. And for that reason, it's cheaper and it saves your cards from getting banned. Because your cards don't get banned, Mana Traders cards get banned. Hooray for Mana Traders cards getting banned instead of your stuff. And I'll tell you what, if you use coupon code Nikachu_AHL, you'll get 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. Check out Mana Traders. All right, back to our show. Frogs that have a bounce synergy is so good. You people. Felicia with the Tomb of Urami. Tomb of Urami, a legendary. How is this draft chaff? Isn't this like a real card? Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, it's a legendary land. Tap, add a black to your mana pool. Tomb of Urami deals 1 damage to you if you don't control an ogre. And for 4 mana, tap, sack all lands you control. Put a legendary 5/5 black demon spirit creature token with flying named Urami into play. Okay. This card's bad, but I have seen, I think one deck in Modern once tried to play this against me, and it seemed okay in the deck. It's like, you know, as a Hail Mary, decide to sack all your lands to put this 1 giant creature in play. I think it's doable. I think it's a very doable card. I mean, if desperate times call for desperate measures, sometimes sack everything to get that thing going. Phil Gold with the Cinder Pyromancer. Cinder Pyromancer is a 3-mana 0/1 elemental shaman. Tap Cinder Pyromancer deals 1 damage to target player. Damn, we can't even hit creatures. Whenever you play a red spell, you may untap Cinder Pyromancer. I have died to these types of cards a lot. A lot. I don't know about 3-mana ones, but like these types of creatures that are like ping you and then someone bolts you, and then they untap this and they get to deal another 1 damage again. So effectively, it's a 3-mana 2-power creature that gets in unblockable damage. So I was like, I never knew the frog had a cult following. Neither did I. I didn't know people are so pro-frog around here. Okay, Cinder Pyromancer. I think this is a very also like I would say it's 3 mana for a 0/1. I think it's a bit of an A card, but like you can make it work. This can definitely be exploited. Yeah, I totally believe it. Cinderella Pyromancer is good in Ogre Oxenel decks. Yes. Oh, but you know, a lot of cards are good in just a random red card good in Ogre Oxenel deck. Okay, we have Indiana Jones with Mercenaries? Is there a card called Mercenaries? I'm familiar with the creature type. I'm not so familiar with card called just Mercenaries. Wow, you guys don't look like mercenaries. It is a human mercenary, can be searched out for with Mercenaries from Mercadian Masks. 4 mana, 3/3. Whenever Mercenaries damages a player, that player may pay 3 to prevent that damage. What? Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna read. Screw the ancient scripture. 3 mana. The next time this creature would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. Any player may activate this ability. Oh! Next time this creature would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage, including me. Just weird. So the only time that it can attack is when the opponent is tapped out. And it's just a 4 mana, just a 4 mana 3/3 at that. It's pretty terrible. I would say it's garbage. Might even be in hell range. 4 mana 3/3 that can't deal damage? Alright. It's an. I mean, you sort of tax the opponent. Okay, I'll put it in garbage. It's like it's a taxing card. It's a super taxing card. No, never mind. Never mind. I misremember. Okay, I'll ignore you. Hopefully not for the entire show. We got Fan Factor, Sorrow's Path. I don't know if this is this considered draft chaff? This is like a rare. This is just a rare card. I'm not gonna put this in draft chaff. In fact, it is a $10 rare. I don't know if this would ever show up in the draft bin. You know, part of a card being draft chaff, it's gotta be cheap. This is a reserve list card. I don't think so. Was someone gonna throw away $10 in a reserve list card? I'm surprised this is even $10. Bit weird. Next up, anyone else has no card yet? Gotta get to everybody who has no card. Arethusa says God-favored general, basically never survived any combat. Okay, hold on. God-favored. It's called the God-favored general, but doesn't survive any combat. Well, obviously not very favored. It's a 2 mana 1/1 human soldier with inspired. So when it gets untapped, whenever God-favored general becomes untapped, you may pay 3 mana. If you do, put 2 1/1 white soldier enchantment creature tokens onto the battlefield. Good luck with that. The whole card is just expensive all around. Garbage. Just absolute garbage. You have to attack. It needs to not get blocked, not die. You need to untap, pay 3 mana for that. You know what works even better than that? What's it called? What's that Power Crept card? Is that 1/3 that you attack with, and you get 2 1/1s, and no one can play spells except on the other person's turn. Anyway, okay, we're gonna go with Little MX Doom's Ember Shot. How do I shot web? Maybe the Ember Shot. 7 mana instant, deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Draw a card. I'm gonna put this as eh. You know, I don't really want to say it's doable because of how expensive it is. I mean, that's expensive. Even for a cantrip, even for a lightning bolt. But it's not like it doesn't screw you over or anything like that. It's just expensive for what it does. The value is, I mean, it's bad value, but the card is okay. The effect, both effects are good. Hey, do I like drawing cards? I love drawing cards. Do I like lightning bolting people? I do love doing that as well. So I can put in that in the tier. We got Matthew Green with Sinister Starfish. How can a starfish be so sinister? Mappia says it's legendary and how bad it is, and it's reserve list, so $10 isn't crazy. Well, I mean, there are bad reserve list cards out there that are still like a penny or like 50 cents. Because nobody wants it. What's it called? The Sorrow's Path, people want it because of how stupid it is. So, arguably the worst card in the game. Sinister Starfish is a 2 mana 0/3 starfish. Tap, surveil 1. This card is insane. It's like a mini wall that like digs through your deck, and this plus the Lens of Clarity, it's game over. I like this card a lot. Definitely D tier. It might be the best card in the D tier slot. Might be the best. Next we've got, let's take a card from Pacers Fan Forever. We got the Juju Bubble. is this rare? It's uncommon. Okay, so it can be draft chaff. Yeah, where do we put this? It's a 1 mana cumulative upkeep artifact for 1, and if you play a card, Buried Juju Bubble, pay 2 mana, gain 1 life. Now, if you have infinite mana, this can gain you infinite life, but that is a lot of work to get online. So I'm just going to assume this is just bad. We'll say it can go to hell. This is the hell tier. Welcome to hell. You're not even doing anything. We're mostly spending mana to keep you around. I don't know if we're that hungry for a what's it called? That hungry for a infinite mana, infinite life combo. Okay, Christopher B really desperately wants Wishful Merfolk. Oh, it's that human Merfolk. It's a 2 mana 3/2. It's a Merfolk, but as defender, so you don't even allowed to attack with it. And for 2 mana, it loses defender and becomes a human until end of turn. So, a classic Ariel from the Little Mermaid story. I don't know where this stands though. Okay, so as defender, 2 mana 3/2 with defender. This is like pretty but it's worse than because I have to spend mana. Okay, it's a filler card. There we go. Perfect filler card. Need something at the curve of 2 mana. Play this Wishful Merfolk. You will regret, but maybe not as bad as most other cards. We got Bombs on England. Says could be fun to do a show on rares that are bombs in draft but bad everywhere else. Oh, for like the draft players. I wonder if we ever did have a show like that. Yeah, maybe we could do something like that. The most legendary, amazing bomb rares. I remember Glorybringer was like one of those types of cards. I hope it would become like, it's got to be draft rares, not like rares that show like play anywhere else. Where would you play Wishful Merfolk if you had to? I don't know. Maybe Pioneer if you forced me to. Do you have a new sound effect for the clipping card art? I don't think so. I think that's the same one as usual. Oh, I don't know if you've been here for a long time. I've switched to like a Mac computer if that changes anything. Whereas like Windows, I don't think it made a sound at all. Yeah, it might be hard to explain in a YouTube title, but maybe doable. Yeah, legendary draft bomb. Like a draft bomb. It's gotta be a draft bomb. Next up, let's take a look at... I think we had a non-super chat. We'll go to Lil MX Doom with the Wall of Junk. And for anyone who hasn't got a second card yet, let me know. If you didn't get a first card, like Polrog, I don't think you got one card. You could let me know. Wall of Junk is a 2 mana 0/7 wall with Defender, another defending card. When Wall of Junk blocks, return it to its owner's hand at the end of combat. This is terrible. Unfortunately, we don't have J for Junk. It should go there. But it does have a bunch of garbage there, so I'll put... No, it's got to go to hell. There's no way I'm bouncing this back to my hand and replaying it over and over again. Like, the hell tier is like cards that work against you, like, completely. Playing this thing over and over and over again for no damn reason. Okay, Polrog with the Crypt Rats. Isn't this a good card? This is like a Pauper... Isn't this like a Pauper staple? Or it used to be a Pauper staple. 3 mana 1/1, and for X, Crypt Rats deals X damage to each creature, and each player spend only black mana on X. So anyway, definitely doable. Like you can... if your opponent's at 5 life and you have 6 mana, just sink it all into Crypt Rats and kill them. Kill them on the spot. And be victorious. Okay, so D for doable. I'm almost 99% sure that it is a Pauper staple. Bath bombs? What are you talking about? What are you talking about over there? Aaron with the Razor Boomerang. Suddenly everyone's just mentioning all those old cards that we know are terrible. 3-mana artifacts. It's an equipment. Equipped creature has tap, unattached Razor Boomerang. Deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Return it to its owner's hand. No!
No! God,
And equip for 2 mana.
no.
Yeah, this is definitely a hell tier. I mean, this is just crap. It's a mana sink for the sake of a mana sink. We don't need a mana sink around here. I'm sinking my own ship as it is. Okay, next up we got Phil Gold with the Feral Prowler. Prowling around all day, all night. Sneaky cat. Is a 2-mana 1/3. When Feral Prowler dies, draw a card. Filler. That's a filler card if I've ever seen one. I mean, it doesn't really do anything. You're not guaranteed to do anything. It's like if you can curve, if you need something in that curve, that's the card for you. Next, we got a super chat from Trent Sims, the Grave Shell Scarab. It may have one of the best keywords in Magic, but it existed in an era of damage on the stack, and it has not aged well. What is that keyword? Now I'm very curious. Is it Dredge? Oh, it is Dredge. I hope I got that in before the card came up. Okay, it's a 5-mana 4/4. It's an insect, and for 1 mana, sack it to draw a card. It also has Dredge 1. So at worst case scenario, we have a 5-mana 4/4 that we can sacrifice to draw a card if it's ever threatened to die. And we can also put it back into our hand every single turn. This has to be doable. This is like a card you'd put in some sort of mid-range deck that you want to go long. You want to go the long game. Unfortunately, such games don't exist anymore. Oh, somehow I did not grab this card. Am I running out of room? That's the last one at the D tier. I gotta shrink myself, chat. I gotta shrink myself. D chat getting too big. Or sorry, D tier getting too big. For my own good. This was used at the start of the 2005-2006 Type 2 season. I've no doubt about it. Before Dredge became dangerous. Before Dredge became dangerous, it was a fair deck. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I wasn't there when Dredge came into existence. River Delta by Toilet Duck. Welcome, Toilet Duck. Wow, how is a land draft, Chaff? Okay, it's a land. If there are any depletion counters on it, it does not untap during your untap phase. So at the beginning of your upkeep, remove a depletion counter. Tap, add blue to your mana pool. Put a depletion counter on this. Wow, this is just a bad land. You might as well just... It's crazy. The art is awesome. Does this art not look super cool? The art is cool. The card is garbage. Goes to the garbage tier. Do not play that land. If you have the chance, ghost quarter that land. Fix your mana another way. The depletion. Indiana Jones speaks as if they were playing at that time. The depletion lands were so bad. Yeah, basic land is just better. Mercenary says, Dredge was just an interesting mechanic at first before the 2006 extended season came with it and figured it out at the time. Super cool given the Ice Age, no pun intended. No pun intended. It was completely by accident. Next. I have so many super chats from Lil MX Doom. The Zephyr Spirit. I think that's going to be a H tier card. Zephyr. That's the one you like. You have to return it back to your hand. Yeah, that's an easy one. 6 mana, 0/6. If it blocks, return it back to your hand. Definitely H tier. H tier is like wasting my time tier. Why are you wasting my time? Why I waste any mana on you? Complete waste of time. Benjamin Berkey with Soldevi Sentry. Did we do that one? Soldevi Sentry. Can't even abuse it to mill your opponent out. No, we have not done that one. Okay, it's a 1 mana 1/1. Pay a 1 mana, regenerate it. Target opponent may draw a card. They may draw a card. May. Okay, what are the upsides to this? Okay, it's a turn 1 play for Affinity, which is strictly worse from Memnite, which you could play for free. You can regenerate it, so it's an okay blocker if you have the mana up perpetually. That's about it. I would put this in the filler range. It's really honestly not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's junk I'll put in my deck if I've run out of cards. 1,000,000%. The upside is that it regenerates cheaply, I guess. Yeah, there's a lot of other cards out there. They regenerate for like 2 mana, 3 mana. Sentry is fun in chaos games. Political options. Target opponent may draw... What, like you choose to let this thing die and give somebody a card? I wouldn't say that's a big upside. Okay, who has no card yet? Goblin Test Pilot from Voltlin. Three mana for a 0/2 flyer. And for tap, Goblin Test Pilot deals 2 damage to target creature or player chosen at random, including itself. It could end up binning itself into the graveyard. But I guess that's a risk that Goblin Test Pilot is willing to take. I would put this in the garbage tier. I mean, it's just too random to know if it's even going to do anything. It's not like you have any control over this. But it's equally bad versus you versus your opponent, so... You could, yeah, I mean, you could build your deck around this, so everything has at least 3 toughness that can survive the Goblin Test Pilot. I just don't know why you'd ever want to just put the Goblin Test Pilot in your deck in the first place. And it's now a pilot? Oh yeah, you're right. They errated it. It is now a pilot. Maybe someone got angry at Wizards. How can it be named a pilot and doesn't actually have the pilot subtype? Unbelievable. Saprison Raider from Little MX Doom. I don't remember what this does. Now this is Draft Chaff. This is... went into my Draft Chaff when I was a kid. 3 mana 1/2. When it becomes blocked, return it to its owner's hand. Terrible. I don't know. Little MX Doom, do you have like a deck of just a bunch of cards that just bounce, you know, they all have an excuse to bounce back to your hand? I mean, maybe, is there any way to abuse this? Like a deck full of ETB? Like, when a creature enters the battlefield, you get this effect from enchantments. Like an enchantment that has that type of effect. If a creature enters the battlefield, so you always want to bounce the creatures back to your hand, so you can redeploy them to get more value. When it becomes blocked, return it to its owner's hand. Yeah. That's it. I did read it. Next up, we got Rin with Spike Shell Harrier. Spike Shell Harrier, the 5 mana 4/4. This is like new Draft Chaff. When this creature enters, return target creature or vehicle an opponent controls to its owner's hand. That's insane. If that opponent's speed is greater than each other player's speed, reduce that opponent's speed by 1. This effect can't reduce their speed by 1. This card is insane. I don't know how better to describe it. It's a 5 mana 4/4 that bounces the opponent's stuff back to hand. That's so strong. Oh, it's a blue shell too. Shout out to everybody who plays Mario Kart. Okay, this is definitely D tier. This is better than doable. Yeah, this thing is literally a Mario blue shell. Big fan of Mario Kart, by the way, everybody. Big fan. I love it. I'm not offended by the blue shell at all. Look, the blue shell, sometimes it screws you, sometimes it saves you. And sometimes you have to use the blue shell to your advantage. I remember I thought I was going to win a race. Because the blue shell was going after first place, and I had there was like a big distance between them and me. And then they slowed down. It was the biggest brain play I ever saw in Mario Kart. They slowed down so that we both got hit by the blue shell simultaneously. But they were in front and they beat me. It was such a big brain move. We like the two of us, we were so far ahead of everybody else. No blue shell in the OG Mario Kart on SNES. That was power creep. Yeah, this is Mario Kart power creep right here. Anyway, it was such a good move. I've played so much Mario Kart online, and I thought it was just crazy. This is so memorable. Big respect to that opponent. I've done that before. You see the blue shell coming, just slam on the brakes. Yeah, I mean, I definitely learned something. Okay, getting back to the show. You see, like Wizards like to sneak in those crossovers right there. Let's get... We got Follower of Badam with Dreadwaters. Dreadwaters, a 4-mana sorcery. Target player puts the top X cards of their library into their graveyard, where X is the number of lands you control. This is okay. You know what? I think this is okay. This is sort of an card. You'd have to play it late in the game. It's not a very good mill card. But you know what? Late in the game with 1,000,000 lands, you can build a lot of cards out of somebody. Why not? Next up, we've got... I'm just going to get to a bunch of people, and I'll get you at the end at Lil MX Doom. I'll get your 2 super chats at the end. Mario Kart tournaments? I've never played an official tournament. I wish I did. I just played a lot of stuff online. The Japanese players are incredibly good. Okay, who has no 2 cards? We got Bryce. Bryce didn't get 2 cards. Audric, Blood Cursed. A lot of Blood Cursed cards out there. This is Audric, though. Oh, it's Count Dooku. We have 3 mana for a 3/3 Vampire Soldier. When it enters the battlefield, create X blood tokens, where X is the number of abilities from among Flying, First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hex Proof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance found among creatures you control. That is not very exciting to me, to be honest. It's, you know, it's doable. I think it's a bad doable, though. It's just blood tokens. I'm gonna put in the E tier. I probably should put in the doable tier. It's 3 mana 3/3. Okay, I'll put in the doable tier. It's a 3 mana 3/3 that gives you blood tokens. Whatever. Audric is kind of hard to make work in limited. Oh, definitely. Well, I'm judging these cards as if you were playing them in constructed. We got Rare Blue Skittles with Flesh to Dust. Wait long enough, we all become Flesh to Dust. Flesh to Dust is a 5-mana instant. Destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated. Oh, that is a super doable card. Literally does what it says. This is such a bad Doomblade. I mean, yeah, it's slightly better than Doomblade in that you can destroy, you know, the black creatures. Okay, this is doable. Very, 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 very doable. Goblin Test Pilot is a pilot. It is a top pilot. Did I say otherwise? Indiana Jones with the Razor Pendulum. Mm-hmm. 4-mana artifact at the end of each player's turn. If that player has 5 or less life, Razor Pendulum deals 2 damage to him or her. If they have 5 or less, this is terrible. I would say, I don't even know if I would want to call this filler. I don't even know where this is good. Your opponent's low on life. Well, you have to. If they're that far down, okay, I think it's garbage. If your opponent's that far down on life, I mean, you can just finish them off, basically. Yeah, just run burn at that point. This should be good enough. Run a 5-mana burn spell. Definitely would work. We got Mappius with the weakest. Sorry. Oh, it's the Wakestone Gargoyle. I thought I read the weakest gargoyle. The Wakestone Gargoyle. I missed that cartoon series. The Gargoyles. Anyone else watch Gargoyles out there? With Xanatos. Okay, there's a 4 mana 3/4 Gargoyle, Defender, and Flying. And for 2 mana, creatures you control with Defender can attack this turn as though they didn't have Defender. Creatures controlled with Defender can attack. Filler. It's a lot. It's not a terrible card, but it's a lot of work to get online. I think there's a little bit of a payoff here in that it's a 3/4 flyer. It's pretty good on defense immediately, but that's about it. How has that one never gotten more than short-lived comic relaunches? Oh, Gargoyles? I don't know. You didn't get a card yet, Mike? Did I disqualify a card or something? Okay, well, I'll get to you. Let's put this in the filler range. Okay, Mike, dual color tap lands with no upside. Baron Airship Kingdom. This is bad. Enters tapped, add a blue or a red. But it's doable, you know? If you don't own... I mean, it's a dual land that doesn't deal any damage to you. It's doable. A lot of these other cards are pretty bad. I mean, yeah, there are better... every other... We can't actually say every other dual land is better. Some dual lands are worse. We saw that a few times today. Some of those dual lands, they are actually worse than doable. Okay, I'm still gonna put a D for doable. We have like a million super chats here. Okay, we're gonna end the show on a million super chats. Little MX Doom with Unlikely Alliance. Thanks so much for all the super chats, Little MX Doom. Been saving those super chats. So there's a 2 mana enchantment for 2 mana. Target non-attacking, non-blocking creature gets +0/+2 until end of turn. Oh, so you have to do this ahead of time. That's terrible. And it doesn't even do anything for you. It literally... sorry. You can put it in a Doran deck. So before you attack, you could attack. But it's so awkward to be activating this before you attack. Did I grab the card? I have now. I think the card is very poor. I'm gonna put in the I'll put in the garbage tier. Little MX Doom also with the Lotus Guardian. Lotus Guardian is a 7 mana 4/4 flyer that has tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Now, getting mana at this turn of the game, not particularly useful, but 7 mana 4/4 flyer is still somewhat useful. I would say this is a doable card. We don't have much room around doable anymore. D is running out of space. Got to put it like on the other side of D over here. It's not the worst card in the world. You know what? If you have 7 mana on an empty board, like someone played Supreme Verdict, and you ripped Lotus Guardian, you would be fist pumping this card. It's basically like it's probably a 3-turn clock at that point. Tomorrow's custom cards, Trent Sims. Tomorrow's gonna be custom cards. I don't even know what's supposed to be tomorrow. I'm just declaring it custom cards. Okay, Lil MX Doom with Yargle, Glutton of Urbor. Doesn't this get disqualified? Yargle. Because I said no vanilla cards. This gets disqualified. Well, it's the end of the show anyway. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the bottom tier. I'm gonna put in the hell tier. You can't even do anything. Now, to be honest, this is probably better than H. But there was one rule. There was one rule for this show, Little MX Doom. I'll probably donate that to somebody. Okay, and a stream idea, Dono, underrated commons / uncommons. I think we've done that show before, but I could be wrong. All right, so you have 2 donos technically. Oh no, hold on, you have one more card. Improbable Alliance. Improbable Alliance. Okay, there's 2 donos coming from Little MX Doom though. 2 mana enchantment. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token. And for 6 mana, draw a card, then discard a card. I don't mind this card. Whoops, sorry. I don't mind this card actually. It's okay. Might even be better than okay. If you're playing with a lot of cantrips, hey, you get a fairy token. You can also just randomly get some value if you have like a bunch of mana that you have nothing to sink into. Okay, who gets the second card? It's supposed to be AI cards. Whatever, it's gonna be custom cards. I'll make a tear in the time rift. Okay, Mercenary wants to super chat. The unspeakable. Draft Chaff rare. 9 mana for a 6/7 flying trample. Whenever the unspeakable deals combat damage to a player, you may return that target arcane card from your graveyard to your hand. Deal combat, and you have to deal damage. This thing's awesome. I don't know where I put this. This art sort of sucks, though. I can't even see the unspeakable. It's covered in mist. Where do I put this thing? Right behind the D and D tier, I guess. Does it fit anywhere else? Is it going to be... Okay, we'll put it over here. We know that this is just an extension of the D tier bleeding down. Oh yeah, it's 6/7. For all you 6/7 fanatics out there, the 6/7 meme. Okay, we have another donation. Who wants the second card? Benjamin Berkey with the Acidic Dagger. The Acidic Dagger is a 4-mana artifact. Pay 4, tap, destroy any non-wall creature receiving combat damage from target creature this turn. What the hell? Destroy any non-wall creature receiving combat damage from target creature. So I'm going to target this creature, and if they took combat damage, then they die. If targeted creature leaves play, bury Acidic Dagger. So if the creature died, the dagger dies. Uses ability only before defense is chosen. Well, that sucks. So I have to just gamble on this creature before and then my opponent knows what the hell is happening. This card's terrible. Yeah, I think this card is beyond garbage. It can go to the hell tier. And we have one from Steve Cooper at the last second. The Greenside Watcher. What are we watching over here? Greenside Watcher is a 2-mana 2/1. Untapped target gate. I think this card's doable. You need to play in a gate deck though. It's mana. It's okay. So maybe it's a little less than doable. All the gates come into play tapped. I still don't like, for the most part, 2-mana 2/1 creatures. It's like a very vulnerable mana rock. We can put in the A tier. It's okay. It's okay. If you're playing gates anyway, you know, why not? When in Rome, huh? If you know what I mean. All right, there's our tier list. There's actually some pretty playable draft chaff in here. Also some really unreliable draft chaff. Would you have tiered these cards any differently? Let me know in the comment section below. And as usual, my coffee crew, we do the show Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Also, thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or use Super Chat to be part of the show, or even Super Chat, so other people can be part of the show. And of course, thank you so much. My crew here today, people like Matthew and Mercenary, Kano, we got Micah, Benjamin Berkey, Paul Rogg, Indiana Jones, Christopher B. Ooh, we have Steve Cooper, the ancient proto-equipment that would just give death touch. True story. Indiana Jones, got Toilet Duck, Mappius, Christopher B, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. We're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.